Local, wild-caught seafood. Simply stated, that is what we do and who we are. Our commitment to quality, wild-caught seafood has been not just our trademark, but our beacon and heading over the years. With an emphasis on locally harvested product, custom fish cutting, unique hand processing, and docks in Port Canaveral, we are able to set a new standard for high-quality seafood and thus a better understanding of our natural resources. We have been family-owned and operated for over 3 generations, and we are proud to keep our fisheries alive. From the ocean to the moment of purchase, we are involved in every single step, meaning we know exactly where our seafood is caught, docked, and processed. We are Wild Ocean Seafood Market, and our goal is to provide high-quality, fresh, local, sustainable seafood to our customers at the best price, and to champion the value of locally caught, sustainable, and fresh seafood.
The waters around Port Canaveral have been fished for thousands of years. After the Civil War, settlements based on commercial fishing were established. Here's 1912 looking west from the Old Canaveral Pier. And here's 1915 looking west from Old Canaveral Pier. This is Old Canaveral Pier, 1915 and 1920. Port Canaveral hosted a busy, thriving fishing fleet long before the man-made inlet existed. Fishermen eager for quick access to the ocean were among those most actively involved in getting the approval for the Canaveral harbor. Without them, the port might not exist. And here's when Canaveral Harbor was but a vision that started action. Fish businesses are family operations with little fish inspectors. George Mills Quarterman, left the father, and Oscar Floyd Quarterman, right, the son, were both lighthouse keepers for Canaveral beginning in 1929. Here's fishermen arriving with a fresh day's catch at Old Canaveral Pier for processing. This is Ed Fisher processing catch of the day for shipment at Old Canaveral Pier. Nice looking speckled sea trout. This is Tal Worthy's fish market on Delaney and Harrison Avenues, Cocoa. Worthy is standing in front of the store circa 1930s. The market was later sold to the Fisher family. Here's the Fisher operation in 1942 at the Old Canaveral Pier. It shows the processing plant with the cottages in the left foreground. The 1950s. Here's Herbert Thompson, father of Rodney Thompson, grandfather to Laura Lee Thompson and Sherry McCoy, with his 4th of July parade float, and 2-year-old Captain Laura Lee riding with a giant fish. Laura Lee actually became a swordboat captain. Here's early 1950s Port Canaveral dredging. And the Trident dredge. In 1952, with the channel under construction and 3 years before the first cargo visit by any cargo vessel, the port's first dock was leased to local commercial fishing operations to help pay for the construction. This is Sammy Vaughn and son Sammy Jr., shrimpers from Fernandina Beach. Port Canaveral dedication November 4th, 1953. Port Canaveral and West Marginal Wharf were dedicated with ceremony beginning at 10 a.m. and featured a product of Port Canaveral's first industry, 5,000 pounds of fried mullet. Colonel Noah Butts, former Speaker of the Florida House of Representatives, was chairman of Port Authority. Senator Spessard Holland was Speaker. USS McClellan was moored at the West Marginal Wharf for an open house during the dedication of Port Canaveral. After the dedication of Port Canaveral, on November 4, 1953, Barbara Smith became the first employee of the newly established Canaveral Port Authority. November 4, 2014 will mark the Canaveral Port Authority's 61st anniversary. Congratulations! August 1953, Tropicana Corporation obtained a lease to construct a refrigerated warehouse for the export of single-strength citrus juice. Here's the Tropicana Cape Canaveral plant in 1955. And here Senator Spessard Holland meets with fishermen. Loaded down scallop fishing boats at Port Canaveral. 1968, rock shrimping began at Port Canaveral. And here's the port, open for business. 1984, Premier Cruise Line's SS Royale home-ported at Port Canaveral and began the first year-round 3- and 4-day cruises to the Bahamas. The port also served as a new safe home for boats. Fishing was a major economic engine for this community years before the arrival of the cruise and space industry. Today, fishing vessels continue to play an active role in the life of the port, and are another set of experienced eyes and ears on the water for safety and security as the typical first responders to emergencies on the water and to assist the authorities. Lots of family fun catching a variety of fish. All fishermen, particularly the sustainable commercial fishermen and improved sustainable seafood industry, have a great story with fantastic food products and are proud to be part of the history and future vision of Port Canaveral. We only have 2 fish houses left in Port Canaveral producing seasonal, sustainable catches of wonderful fresh seafood, products like golden tile, grouper, various snapper, escolar, tuna, swordfish, shark, king mackerel, Spanish mackerel, smokefish, mahi, wahoo, pompano, cobia, sea bass, triggerfish, flounder, tripletail, blue crabs, golden crabs, Florida lobster, white shrimp, royal red shrimp, and rock shrimp. Here are some of the faces of our fishermen. The seafood industry is thankful for all the hard work of the Port Charter Review Committee, as they have recognized the historical and future importance of the local fishing community in creating a sense of place and ambience of an authentic working seaport community unlike any amusement park. The authentic culture aspect completes the port as a destination place to go visit, which is a central piling to our port's master plan.